angels fly.
Indigo is basically an album that I wrote during lockdown. And that album was intended to, when everything just sort of closed down around you, all of a sudden we were faced with nothing but like us, the source, the core. I was one of those that was just like, what's left? And Indigo was my endeavor to create a space for me to break down and understand the layers that constructs the whole. To understand that it's what's within that makes a difference and not what's on the outside. The fact that we can't control anything that happens outside of our inner sphere, but what we can control is how we react to it, how we channel all of the events that take place around us and how we can be constructive about it. The whole idea behind this album is just letting go of what no longer serves us, of what does not serve our own spiritual ascension. Basically, what doesn't serve our path towards just being the best versions of ourselves. And each song is set to contribute to one one of the movements towards a higher state of consciousness.
Somewhere the fog lies dormant. Inside the angels fly. These feelings grow right through me. I hear you in my mind.
My pieces have many different reflections of Arabic heritage. One of them that is most prominent is the synergy that I've found between Western style classical music and Arab folk, Qatari folk music. Namely, one that is referred to as fajiri. And fajiri is a genre that is born out of the pearl diving tradition. So it's a very important genre for our part of the world, for the Gulf in general, given that pearl diving was a very prominent feature of our cultural consciousness over here. It incorporates primarily different percussion patterns and a chanting element. What I do is, I think, instrumental to really shifting perspectives as to what it means to be a musician, what it means to be a female musician in this part of the world. And being the first to do something is always not easy because you're having to construct the framework from scratch. But of course, it's an honor that I take with pride. I want young women to grow up being proud of the space that I've created, and would want my daughter to be proud of the space that I've created. And the advice that I would give girls is just make sure that you always tap into your uniqueness, because that's what's going to set you apart in music and anything that you do. Don't try and copy, develop your own sound. Spend enough time with yourself to hear your own sound, and that's what's going to make an impact.